नमो नमः। गीताभ्यासे 3-27 प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि प्लस 3-28 तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो प्लस 3-29 प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः प्लस 3-30 मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि. A study by S.L. Abhyankar, Mumbai, Mangalavasare, February 9th, 2021. It would be good to begin every session of Gita Abhyasa with recitation of Gita Dhyanam and the Namana Vakyam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad-gite Bhavadveshini. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Prakriteः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचाले. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः. पदच्छेदैः प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकारविमूढात्मा कर्ता अहम् इति मन्यते. तत्त्ववित् तु महाबाहो गुणकर्मविभागयोः गुणाः गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. प्रकृतेः गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् अकृत्स्नविदः मन्दान् कृत्स्नवित् न विचालयेत्. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्य अध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीः निर्ममः भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः. वाक्यांशः पदाभ्यासः अन्वयार्थाश्च. One can read in this shloka paraphrasing as follows. कर्माणि सर्वशः प्रकृतेः गुणैः क्रियमाणानि अहंकार विमूढात्मा अहं कर्ता इति मन्यते. महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः तत्त्ववित्तु गुणाः गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. प्रकृतेः गुणसम्मूढाः गुणकर्मसु सज्जन्ते. कृत्स्नवित् तान् अकृत्स्नविदः मन्दान् न विचालयेत्. त्वम् अध्यात्मचेतसा सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य निराशीः निर्ममः भूत्वा विगतज्वरः युध्यस्व. It would be interesting to study this paraphrasing. कर्माणि सर्वशः प्रकृतेः गुणैः क्रियमाणानि. This is structured in passive voice. It is the Krudantam Kriyamanani which has passive voice. Note, Kriyamanani is Shanach Krudantam because in passive voice the Tigantaha is Atmanepadi. The subject word Karmani is Karman Napusakalingam Prathama Bahuvachanam and Gunaihi is Guna Pullingam Tritiya Bahuvachanam. In active voice it would be Sarvashah Prakrutehe Gunaha Karmani Kurvantaha. Here Kurvantaha is Shatru Krudantam Kurvat Pullingam Prathama Bahuvachanam. The subject word Gunaha is Guna Pullingam Prathama Bahuvachanam and Karmani is Karman Napusakalingam Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, the object word. The subject phrase in active voice Prakrutehe Gunaha is intangible, cannot be pointed out to. That seems to be the logic of preferring the passive voice. Note, Gita is a part of Mahabharatam, for which Sri Ganesha agreed to be the stenographer for the author Vyasamuni. How could one compose 100,000 verses fluently and yet keep perfect logic that versification of a particular thought should better be in passive voice? Looks like These things come out naturally for a person who is a munihi. But being a munihi is a huge qualification, right? Karmani sarvashah prakrutehe gunaihi kriyamanaani. This sounds to be a repetition of karyate yavashah karma sarva prakritijair gunaihi. Karma prakritijair gunaihi karyate. Actions get performed totally by virtue of the faculties born out of nature or by virtue of the faculties instituted by nature. For example, a seed sown in the soil germinates and grows into a plant only by virtue of the faculties inherent in the seed and in the soil. A person of bad temper would lose his cool by slightest of provocation. Ahankara vimudhatma aham karta iti manyate. The word ahankaraha is aham plus karaha. See, murting karoti iti murtikaraha. So aham bhavam karoti iti ahankaraha. But murtikaraha is a person, a doer. Ahankaraha is a facet of the character of a person. Rather, ahankaraha is equal to aham bhavaha. Note in Aptay dictionary, ahankaraha, egotism, sense of self, self-love, considered as an avidya or spiritual ignorance in Vedanta philosophy. Aham bhavaha, pride, egotism. Ahankara vimudhatma, ahankarena vimudhaha atma, or ahankarena vimudhaha atma yasya saha. In ahankara vimudhatma, aham karta iti manyate, the word ahankara vimudhatma is the subject, and the phrase aham karta iti is object of the verb manyate. Ahankara vimudhatma, one who is confounded by egotism, manyate, regards. Aham karta iti, that I am the doer. Note, the word iti has the meaning of as of the conjunctive pronoun that. Point of curiosity is, where does the ego come from? Our desire had no role even in our being born. We were given birth. Also, we do not know how and when we shall breathe our last. If our desire has no meaning in our birth or death, egotism is senseless. Yet, it seems to be a matter of fact that we are born with ego. Possibly, the survival instinct is the ego, ahankara. All creation is born with ahankara, the survival instinct. That is very clearly stated in Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramit 13-1. This body is called as Kshetram, which comprises of Mahabhutanya Hankaro Buddhiravyaktamevacha Indriyani Dashaikancha Panchachendriya Gochara Ichha Advesha Sukham Dukkham Sanghatas Chetana Dhruti Etat Kshetram Samasena Savikaram Udarutam. Note, Mahabhutanya Hankaro is equal to Mahabhutani plus Ahankara. Note, another meaning of Ahankara in Aptay dictionary is, in Sankhya philosophy, the third of the 8 producers or elements of creation, that is, the conceit or conception of individuality. One of the 25 elements. This is from Sankhya Karikaha 22, 24, 25. The number of elements comprised in Kshetram, Shariram, as enumerated here are Mahabhutani 5, Ahankaraha 1, Buddhi 1, Avyaktam 1, Indriyani Dasha 10, Ekam Manaha 1, Pancha Indriya Gocharaha Pranadaya Pranapana Vyana Udana Samana 5, Ichha Dveshaha Sukham Dukkham Sanghatash Chetana Dhrutihi 7. So total 31. Mahabaho, A, you with large arms. Gunakarma Vibhagayo Tattva 2. One who is knowledgeable of the difference between guna and karma. Vibhaga, difference. Gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva. Note here, the phrase gunaha guneshu vartante iti is karma padam of the krudantam matva, man plus tva. The phrase gunaha guneshu vartante seems to merit deep thinking, especially in the context of guna karma vibhagau, the two aspects of guna and karma. First of all, we need to have good definitions of these words guna and karma. Since here the context is of prakritehe gunaha, sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha, this is in the 14th chapter, explains that prakritehe gunaha are primarily three, sattvam rajas tamaha. Na sajjate, the subject phrase of na sajjate is gunakarma vibhagayoho tattvavittu, one who is knowledgeable of the difference between guna and karma. Such a knowledgeable person, na sajjate, does not get entangled. In the above paraphrasing, as gunakarma vibhagayoho tattvavit, the word gunakarma vibhagayoho is taken to be gunakarma vibhagau dvivachanam and then shashthi dvivachanam gunakarma vibhagayoho. Alternatively, the paraphrasing can as well be taken as tattvavittu gunakarma vibhagayoho na sajjate, meaning a person who is tattvavit does not indulge in both the aspects, guna and karma. In so saying, the word gunakarma vibhagayoho is taken to be gunakarma vibhagau dvivachanam and then gunakarma vibhagayoho saptami dvivachanam. It may be noted that in the next sentence, prakritehe guna sammudaha gunakarmasu sajjante, the word gunakarmasu has saptami bahuvachanam. Basically, if in a sentence the verb is from dhatuhu sanja, to indulge in, the subjects of indulgence would be in saptami vibhakti. Here also, gunakarma vibhagayoho as gunakarma vibhagau saptami dvivachanam is good logic. The subject word tattvavit is a compound word to be deciphered as tattvam veti iti tattvavit upapat tatpurushaha. Note, with is upapadam from dhatuhu with, to know. Tattvam veti iti tattvavit means one whose fundamentals are clear. Also, one who is tattvajnani, a philosopher. Tattvam veti, tattvajnani, a philosopher. Prakritehe guna sammudaha gunakarmasu sajjante. The word gunakarmasu is plural. Earlier, the word gunakarma vibhagayoho is dual. The logic seems to be that in gunakarma vibhagayoho, one is delineating on the two broad sets, guna vibhagaha and karma vibhagaha. The set guna vibhagaha encompasses all gunaha, both virtues, sadgunaha, also called as Daivi Sampat in the 16th chapter, and vices, durgunaha, called as Asuri Sampat in the 16th chapter. And the set karma vibhagaha encompasses all sarvani karmani. The word gunakarmasu encompasses all gunaha and sarvani karmani. One who is sammudha becomes indulgent in all gunaha and in sarvani karmani. The cause for his being sammudha is primarily gunaha. Note, the word guna sammudha makes that clear. Sammudha by gunaha only, not the karma. But gunaha are themselves prakriti sambhava. See, sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhava. I quoted this earlier. Karmani of the guna sammudha are influenced by his perception of the prakriti sambhavaha gunaha. Let me see whether an example will explain this. The bitter gourd has bitterness, that gunaha by its nature, prakriti. My father used to like a vegetable dish of bitter gourd. I used to think, how can anyone say that he likes vegetable dish of bitter gourd? Is it not self-conceit? Is it not being guna sammudha? But after what time has elapsed, I also like that dish of bitter gourd. Eating a dish of bitter gourd is karma. But that karma is influenced by my perception of the bitterness. Bitterness of the gourd has not changed. What has changed is my perception of it. And what perception, and that perception dictates my karma, whether I eat it tastefully or not. My grandson does not like mangoes. I am left wondering, how can a boy not like mangoes, that too Alfonso mangoes? The sequence truly is prakritehe gunaha. Gunaihi sammoha and sammohanusari karma. No, sammoha is basically a perception developing in the mind. For example, liking or dislike unto the bitterness of the good or unto Alfonso mangoes. It is not that only dislike is sammoha. Even liking to the extent of creating a hanker is also sammoha. The whole psychoanalysis has been already well summarized in Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangasteshu Upajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammoha Smrti Vibhramaha Smrti Bhramshat Buddhinasho Buddhinashat Pranashyati 2.62 and 2.63. It all starts in the mind. Vishayan Dhyayataha Punsaha Prakrite Guna Sammoodaha Guna Karmasu Sajjante delineates upon the indulgence of Guna Sammoodaha in both Guna and Karma. Krutsnavit Tan Akrutsnavidaha Mandan Na Vichalayet. Here, Tan Akrutsnavidaha Mandan is Karmapada phrase of the verb Na Vichalayet. Vichal tasya nichaha prayojakasya vidhilinglakaraha prasama purushaha ekvachanam. Vichal prasamaghaniyah parasmaipadi. To shake, tremble, move, to be agitated or disturbed, be rough as at the sea, to deviate, swerve, and as causative, to shake, move, wave, to cause to swerve, lead away from, to exile, agitate, stir up, to destroy, rescind, annul, to transgress, violate. Krutsnabit is the subject. Note, Krutsnam Veti iti Krutsnabit, Upapat Tatpurusha, similar to Tattvit. But why Krutsnavit here instead of Tattvit earlier? Is not Krutsnavit Tattvit? Or vice versa, is not Tattvit Krutsnavit? Some point to deliberate. Akrutsnavidaha is Akrutsnavit Pullingam Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Na Krutsnavit iti Akrutsnavit. Note, Krutsna, adjective, Unadi 3.17. All, whole, entire. So Krutsnavit is all knowing, Sarvajna. Akrutsnavit is not knowing all of it, maybe half knowing. Half knowledge is dangerous. So, Akrutsnavit is not unintelligent, is not knowing anything yet. Could be knowing half knowing, not knowing all. So, Akrutsnavidaha are here mentioned also as Mandaha. Note Mand, adjective, Mand ach, slow, tardy, inactive, lazy, dull, loitering, stupid, dull-witted, foolish, ignorant, weak-brained, weak, defective, feeble. So Krutsnavit Tan Akrutsnavidaha Mandan Na Vichalayet. Sounds to be also a theory of education, that a Krutsnavit may rather na vichalet, not expend his time and effort in trying to educate Tan, those Akrutsnavidaha Mandan, who are dull-witted and lazy and not interested in learning. This brings to mind a mantra in the Phalashruti portion of Sri Ganapatya Atharvashisham. Idam Atharvashisham Ashishaya na deyam yo yadi moha dasyati sa papiyan bhavati. When I first read this mantra, I was intrigued why a holy text such as Sri Ganapatya Atharvashisham be not shared with one person or the other. To whom it may not be given is specified as Ashishya. As such, this diktat is mentioned in Gita also. See, idantena tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana nacha shushrushave vacham nachamam yobhya suyati. Those who are unqualified to receive this idam are a tapaska, one who is not given to observing penance, being harsh with oneself. Abhakta, not a devotee, not given to shred one's ego. A shushrushu, not having the faculty to listen and understand. And mam yaha abhyasuyati, one who despises me, the Supreme. All this is summarized in the word Ashishya in Sri Ganapatyathārva and in the phrase Akrutsnavidaha Mandaha here. This Krutsnavit Tan Akrutsnavidaha Mandan na vichalayet is substantially same as Ajnanam Karmasanginam Buddhivedam Vijnan na janayet in 3-26. Tvam, you Adhyatma Chetasa, by being spiritually minded, Sarvani Karmani, all actions, Mai Sanyasya, in me reposing. Note, Sarvani Karmani, all actions, Mai Sanyasya, means by putting all actions in my repository. When we deposit our money in a bank, we have a trust that the bank will keep our money safe and would make it available to us when we would need it. Here, the thought is of putting all our actions in the repository of the Almighty. He has nothing to do with our actions. Sarvani Karmani. That has been made very clear. See, na adatte kasyachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhu ajnanena vritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. In the 5th chapter. Vibhuhu, the Supreme, kasyachit papam na adatte, does not receive anyone's sin. Na chaiva sukritam, nor does he receive anyone's good work. But one may yet repose all of one's actions in him. Nirashihi nirmamaha bhutva. By being nirashihi, non-expectant. Nirmamaha, once everything is reposed in him, nothing is mine. Vigatajvaraha. Be relieved of the fever and yudhyasva, fight. Here, fever refers to maladies, both physical and psychological. Saramshta, by overall meaning, karmani sarvashaha prakritehe gunahi kriyamanani. Actions get performed totally by virtue of the faculties born out of nature or by virtue of the faculties instituted by nature. Ahankara bimudhatma aham karta iti manyate. One with ego thinks I am the doer. Mahabaho, a you with large arms, gunakarma vibhagayoho tattvavittu, he who is knowledgeable of the sets of guna and karma, gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva, by considering that qualities are inherent attributes, na sajjate, does not become indulgent. Prakritehe guna sammudaha guna karmasu sajjante. Those who are confused about influence of the characteristics of nature become indulgent of one's self in qualities and actions. Krutsnavit tan akrutsnavidaha mandan na vichalayet. The all-knowing should not disturb, should not try to educate the unintelligent, lazy, disinterested ones. Tvam adhyatma chetasa sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. You, by being spiritual, by vesting all actions in me, nirashihi nirmamaha bhutva, by being non-expectant and selfless, vikatajvaraha yudhyasva, being relieved of all fever, fight. Chando Vishlesham. Prakritehe kriyamanaani अष्टाक्षराणि यमाणा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अष्टाक्षराणि निसर्व एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका अहंकार विमूढात्मा अष्टाक्षराणि विमूढा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे कर्ताहमिति मन्यते अष्टाक्षराणि तिमन्य एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका अनुष्टुप् छन्दः इन 3-27 तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो अष्टाक्षराणि महाबा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे गुणकर्म विभागयोः अष्टाक्षराणि विभाग एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्त अष्टाक्षराणि सुवर्तन्त एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे इति मत्वा न सज्जते अष्टाक्षराणि न सज्ज एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका अनुष्ठुप् छन्दः अगेन इन 3-21 प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः अष्टाक्षराणि न सम्मू एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु अष्टाक्षराणि न कर्म एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् अष्टाक्षराणि विदो मन्दा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत्. अष्टाक्षराणि विचाल एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका. अगेन अनुष्टुप् छन्दः इन 3-29. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि अष्टाक्षराणि निकर्मा एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे. सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा अष्टाक्षराणि त्वचेत् एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका. निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा अष्टाक्षराणि र्ममो भू एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे द्वे. युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः अष्टाक्षराणि गतज्व एतेषां मात्राः एका द्वे एका. अगेन अनुष्टुप् छन्दः इन 3-30. ओके. स्वाध्यायः नोट्स ऑफ सेल्फ स्टडी. द ओवरऑल मीनिंग does read too much literal, but the phrases are replete with deep philosophical meaning, and which I have tried to explain to myself by examples also. Lokmanya Tilak delineates as Shloka number 27, though all actions take place as a result of the constituents Sattva, Rajas and Tamas of Prakriti, the Ajnani person, befooled by egoism, looks upon himself as the doer. Number 28, but O mighty armed Arjuna, he, the Jnani, who realizes the principle that the constituents as also actions are both different from himself, and that all this is nothing but the mutual interplay of the constituents, does not become attached to it. And then Shloka number 29, people befooled by the constituents of Prakriti become attached to the constituents and to actions. Such non-scient and dull-minded people should not be spoiled by the Jnanis by putting them on a wrong path by abandoning action themselves. This stanza repeats the exposition made in the 26th stanza. The propositions laid down in the above stanzas, namely Prakriti and Atman, are different from each other. Prakriti or Maya does everything, the Atman does nothing. And he who has realized this is the true Buddha or Jnani. Form part of this Kapila Sankhya philosophy. Many persons interpret the 28th stanza as meaning that the gunaha, that is the senses, row about in the gunaha, that is the objects of the senses. This interpretation is not incorrect, because the 11 organs of sense and the 5 objects of the senses, that is Vishayas, such as Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch, etc., Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sparsha, form part of the 23 qualities of the original Prakriti, according to Sankhya philosophy. But I think that the statement Gunaha Guneshu Vartante has been made with reference to all the 24 qualities, as mentioned in Gita 13:90-22 and 14.23. I have translated those words literally and in an exhaustive way, and saying that although the Jnani and the Ajnani may both perform the same act, yet there is a great difference between them from the point of view of reason. See Gita Rahasya pages 430 and 450. And then for the 30th shloka, for this reason, O Arjuna, making a sannyas, that is dedication of all actions unto me, with a mind fixed on the highest self, that is with an adhyatma buddhi, and giving up hope for the fruit, hope or aspirations, as also mindness, fight, without any mental perturbation. In the concluding part of 330, Sri Krishna Bhagavan implores with Arjuna to take up the fight, Yudhyasva, with the premise that by whatever has been clarified, Arjuna should now be Vigatajvaraha, free of all maladies, physical and psychological. Going by this premise, there should have been no more Gitopadesha beyond 330. 147 shloka, I think it is actually 149 up to here. But Gita continues to 551 more sloka. Maybe because at the imploring by Sri Krishna Bhagavan saying Yudhyasva Vikatajvaraha, there was no such a response from Arjuna. Maybe Arjuna was left brooding over what all was told. The quotes Karmani Sarvashaha Prakrutehe Gunaihi Kriyamanani and Ahankara Vimudhatma Aham Karta iti Manyate leave a scope to think if fighting is also going to happen, Karmani, by virtue of Prakrutehe Gunaihi, and I must not think that I am the doer, why is Sri Krishna telling me Yudhyasva? There are blind followers. Tell us to fight, we will fight. Arjuna was of course not a blind follower. We also should not be. The dose of philosophy that is to be digested is of course heavy. That makes it interesting to read and study Gita further. Shubhamastu.